All right, y'all. That right when you get home and you get a chance to watch it, geez. Like I told you guys early on about Angela. I've been saying it on Twitter. I'm gonna say it now. It's in the title of this video. She's a bitch, and we love her for it. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want Angela to win. I don't want Bailey to win. I want Bailey to go home. I want Tyler to go home. But God, Angela, her speech, everything, she did her as well as Brett does. But Angela helped Brett with his speech. I think if she had more confidence in herself, it would have went much more flawlessly. But she was stumbling over her words. She was very hesitant on saying these things because if she goes back and watches it, she's probably gonna look real stupid. I think she thinks that she'll look real stupid, and she kind of did, saying those things, calling Bailey out, and saying that she's on a power. Or Bailey was on a power trip trying to hijack her HOH. Come on now. Tyler hijacked your HOH. The hacker hijacked your HOH. I'm not sure what Angela's thinking right now. I don't really care. But at the same time, I'm glad she said what she said because everyone wants, or at least I want, a bloodbath for the second half of this game. The second half is about to ramp up as soon as Bailey ends up getting the axe. I hope to God that Fessel or Rockstar wins. Do I want Haley to win? Yes, but I don't think she's going to win this week, and I prefer her not to win this week. I would much rather one of Rockstar or Fessy to win, simply because I want Haley to have the opportunity to talk to everyone else outside of the alliance, more specifically Scotty, to sort of set the record straight. Because Scotty, if y'all didn't know, he jumped ship. He's like, fuck Falte, fuck the Hive. He let everyone know all the Hive secrets. And it just blows my mind that the Hive hasn't bothered to talk to Scotty at all. Because the week that Bailey was HOH, every single one of them was like, put Scotty up, put Scotty up, put Scotty up. The moment the Hive goes to Angela and says, put Scotty up, they go right back around and tell Scotty. And it doesn't make any sense why the Hive wouldn't tell Scotty when they were doing it. You love their personalities. I love their personalities, but the Hive is full of dum dums. Like, ooh, psycho dum dums. But okay, Blake, hi, I'm glad you're here. But with Scotty on the other side of the house, he's still at the bottom of the barrel. Like, no one trusts Scotty. Scotty's in a very bad situation right now because he's turning his back on his alliance and the other alliance is taking him in, yet they don't tell him everything. Like, he has no idea that level 6 exists. He thinks that there's another side of the house with Angela and Casey, but then Tyler and Brett are like by themselves. No, that's not how it goes. That's not how it works. It just blows my mind how clueless they all are. Like, I love them. I love them. But y'all, this season has been such a mess simply because the right people aligned with the right people. If you had any other combination, I don't think this season would be nearly as entertaining. Swaggy going home set set things in motion. Because if Swaggy hadn't gone home, DJ, what do you mean? Who won? The veto? Let me continue my thought real quick. But if Swaggy hadn't gone home, this would have been a blowout. Because Faute, the Hive, whatever, they've been winning everything until Sam. And then Sam sort of flopped it. But then Angela came back and like recovered everything. But if they hadn't turned Caitlyn to begin with, I feel like this season would have been real boring. Because Swaggy would have been able to destroy the other side with his team. But DJ, you asked who won, and if you're talking about the veto, Angela won the veto. And I'm glad you brought that question up because we need to talk about that entire veto competition. I put on Twitter that that veto should have been. Oh, okay. I'll talk to you about that later, Blake. Because if you haven't been watching this show since the beginning, then you're missing a lot of stuff. But anyway, that veto competition that they just played. Before, it used to be you got to pick a prize at random. And this was a while ago. I'm not sure when they started the whole, okay, sixth place, fifth place, fourth place. I'm not sure when they started that. But before, you could just randomly pick a prize and it was either a punishment or a reward, and you got to choose, hey, yo, can I take, or can I keep this, or take something from someone else. And I prefer that because having the veto, like the first prize every single time, is so predictable. It's so dumb. I much prefer the whole gamble. You got out last, so you have to take a gamble and see what you're gonna get. That way, that whole bargaining shit that happened just now with Angela, Tyler, and Scotty, that wouldn't have happened, in my opinion. Because a lot of times, from what I saw from previous seasons, when they didn't have the whole you had to take this prize because you got fifth place, there would be times when the second person, second to the beginning, or the second place person would end up with the veto because they would pick the veto and the person who was first place didn't want it. So it's just one of those things where it makes it less fair, but it makes better television. And it makes it more fair for the people who get out. Because if you get out second, and the prize that you're getting is a good prize, and the person who's out first is HOH and doesn't need the veto, they can take the prize that you just got or versus something else. They have everything to choose from that is correct, but come on, like, I don't know. I prefer the old method of random selection. I didn't like the whole fifth place gets this prize or the option to steal sixth place's prize and continued yada yada yada. To me, that's just dumb. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, so Haley breathes hard naturally. If you watch the live feeds or if you go on Twitter and you look at people and they talk about Haley, they call her a mouth breather because she's the entire time. That's all she does is, and like she breathes through her mouth and she like breathes through her teeth. I'm not mad at her. Bailey does a whole nose thing, and then Scotty's got like really red, pinkish eyes all the time. Maybe it's because he's like super like light or pale, but he's got like some eye thing going on. It could be glaucoma. Well, thank you, DJ. I'm glad. You two are my constants. You two are my very consistent, and I love how you guys come and see my videos after every episode because having someone to talk to makes this so much more fun. Twitter is going to be a buzz. Everyone's really not surprised that Bailey's up. A lot of people are happy she's going home. I personally don't really care if she goes home. I just don't want the rest of the hive to be decimated. And I have a feeling that it's going to be. If you don't watch feeds, if you don't watch Big Brother After Dark, I will let you know that Haley did tell Bailey and Fessel that she was the hacker, and she's been contemplating today and or maybe tomorrow on telling everyone. She's trying to tell everyone before the vote because she believes, like so many others in that house, that there is no level 6 alliance, that there is just a bunch of random people that are going after a certain group of people, which is an alliance if you think about it, but I don't think they have. But anyway, she wants to try and shake up the house right before nominations by telling everyone, oh, I was the hacker, it wasn't Bailey, yada, yada, yada. And Fessy was like, what is that going to accomplish? But in the same breath said, oh, you should do it. Bailey isn't the only one that's going to be bitter. I can guarantee you, I can absolutely guarantee you that Angela, Fessy, and Brett, depending on who Brett trusts, is going to be a really bitter juror. Rockstar, maybe a little bit. She may hold something against Brett, but I don't think Rockstar's going to be that bitter. Um, Honestly, they probably have they got a lot of the bitter people out. JC could be bitter. I could see JC being really, really bitter. Rachel would have been bitter. Caitlyn would have been bitter. Swaggy would have been bitter. Winston would have been bitter. That's 4 bitter jurors right there. You get them out quickly. Don't worry about it. I'm not sure how Haley's going to vote. I don't know. I don't think Haley's going to win. Would I like Haley to win? I don't know. In my opinion, she's played a very smart individual game, but she hasn't been the best team player. What we saw this episode and last episode, she has been on to Tyler for a very long time, yet she hasn't said anything to anybody, which to me is a huge, like, mishap on her part. And then she did make the assessment, oh shit, I have been thinking about my game and focused on getting Tyler out, that I didn't think about people pointing fingers at people in my alliance. She's been playing a very smart individual game, but as far as a team game goes, her team game is garbage. Tyler has been playing a very dirty team game, and I'm not sure how the rest of his teammates are going to like the fact that he has the power. It may not get used, it may not come out, but if it does, I'm still hoping that something happens, that they make something of it, they get upset about it. But I don't know. Tomorrow's going to be very interesting. You can tell early on, or and how they're dressed, if they're going to be having a endurance competition. This is the what, sixth week. So the seventh week, I'm almost certain next week's going to be the seventh week. They're going to be having an endurance comp this week. Someone said something. What was that? Um, I don't know. I don't think Haley's going to vote out Bailey. Not after what I saw. Fessy may vote out Haley, but Haley does have a vote cancellation still. Bailey's not for sure gone, but they need to convince Scotty to vote out Rockstar, and they need to convince JC to vote out Rockstar. JC's gonna be the hard one. It's not impossible because JC, though he talks a lot and he's very disrespectful, he has a way of being logical, if that makes sense. And so I'm not too sure how they're gonna do it. It can be done, but they've got to say the right things to the right people at the right time. And they're running out of time. Do I believe that Bailey is better for the Faute Alliance? Yes and no. Yes, because of her power. No, because of her mouth. Rockstar, she's there, but she's a very good strategist. You may say, "Oh, she lacks common sense." Maybe, sort of, kinda. She was on to Tyler first before anyone else, but she jumped off the Tyler train when everyone started accusing her of being a double agent, and she just sort of just like jumped off the face of the map. And they really don't feature her in the episodes anymore. Live feeds, she's been on the block. She's sort of there, but she's shell shocked because this is what, her second week in a row. No, she was on there, so this is her second time, but not second week in a row, and she's just not about it. Uh, I don't know, y'all. This is shaping up to be a pretty decent season. Depending on who wins HOH next or tomorrow night, I may drop off and stop watching because if it's not someone from the Hive, they're going to get steamrolled. Because after that, there's nothing they can do because they have no votes, they have no power. If one of the Hive members, either Fessy, Haley, or Rockstar or Bailey, whoever's left, does not win HOH, it's going to be boring for the next three evictions. And you asked me when double eviction is coming up. I honestly have no idea. Caitlyn was not supposed to fail at that puzzle according to all the online buzz and yada yada yada. However, she did. So if they do have a double eviction, in order to stay on schedule, they have to have a jury battle back. And if they have a jury battle back, Bailey leaving is perfect because Bailey probably has a better opportunity of coming back into the house than Rockstar does. And that's just the truth. Depending on who she's up against, though, that may be a different story. But if it's a competition that's not physical, Bailey can beat Brett. I know some of y'all don't agree, but Brett is not that smart. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again because people on Twitter just don't believe me. They don't have live feeds, so they don't watch. Yet, for some reason, they know for sure that Brett is a master speechwriter, even though Winston and Angela helped him with both of his speeches. Well, Angela helped him with both of them. Winston helped him with the first one because then Winston ended up leaving. Whatever, semantics. But anyway, y'all, going on 15 minutes. I appreciate you guys for watching. Blake, DJ, glad you came back. Come back again. I'll be here tomorrow. And just subscribe, share this video with your friends. King Kyrie for Big Brother 21. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Or great Wednesday. Jeez, it's like I'm tired or something. I'm not, though, which is odd. Bye, y'all.